Hey guys, Mike Healy here. Listen, I want to thank you for checking out the next video blog I just posted, and this is it. Here's what I want to tell you. I actually want to give you a testimony kind of about my life, and I think that it's going to apply to maybe where you're at, or at least get you thinking in a different direction. All right. So here was the scenario. Understand the fact that I used to be basically an alcoholic, broke bartender, bouncer. I was out of control to say the least. Ended up finding Jesus and getting my act together, and things have worked out much better to say the least. But the things that I've learned business-wise that I've been taught through my pastor, I think are relevant to what I'm trying to share with you on some of these video blogs. Now, here's something that I think is real important for you to understand. A lot of you out there are believing for big things. You just in your mind, you're thinking, oh, this is what I want. This is what I want. You've written your goals down 500 times. You've been to all the seminars. You've bought the CDs and you've drank the Kool-Aid. Okay, but you're not seeing things change. Okay, now here's what I'm going to tell you. This may rub you wrong, but this is going to be the truth. And you know how the word says the truth will set you free. The truth is that most of the time, the size of the harvest that you're trying to bring in it is impossible to come in the plot of land that you happen to be on. Okay, now let me make that make sense, in case you didn't catch that. Is one of the things that I've noticed throughout my life that I've been kind of led to do is I'll be going along fine and things are doing great. And all of a sudden, I get this idea that I want to believe God for bigger things and better things, and let's put our faith out there and let's start praying about some stuff. And guess what happens? My world gets completely rocked upside down, to say the least. And the reason that happens is it's not a bad thing. The reason that happens is that if you're believing for $1 million business and you're greeting at the door of Walmart, it ain't gonna happen. Okay, I don't know how else to tell you that. But I've learned that the Bible says that God will lead you to where you need to be. If you commit your works to Him, He shall direct your steps. If you commit your works, He'll direct your steps. Now, I'm the last. I'm just a normal guy who basically I'm a work in progress, to say the least. But I'll give you perfect examples of how this has worked in my life. I was with a company once 4 years ago. It was a direct selling company, and I was going along fine, and it was doing okay, and I was making some money. But I just started believing God for bigger things. I started giving to my church a little bit, and all of a sudden my world got turned upside down, and I ended up having to go do this other company. I mean, it was just sprung on me. And guess what? It was scary, and I did it, and I made way more money than I was previously. Was with that company, I was getting along, and I had a good testimony. Started believing God for bigger things, and 4 years down the road, all of a sudden things just kind of gotten shaken up, and I went to another company, and guess what? I made more money with the next company. And the thing that I'll tell you, one of the most recent ones that happened to me is I actually my wife and I, I just kind of felt something was stirring in me that I was kind of supposed to be moving into a different venue, a different avenue. I can't explain it. Now I'm starting to figure it out, and that's why I'm excited that you're watching these blogs, because I got some good stuff for you. It's gonna help you. But I actually I was comfortable. I was making great money. I'm talking great money, multiple six-figure money, and it disappeared. And I'm sitting there going, God, what am I going to do? I didn't do anything wrong that I could think of. I know I've been praying. I know I've been doing these things. What's going on? And I finally had to just come. I just prayed about it, came to peace with it. And you know what? I actually made over $100,000 more than if I would have stayed with that previous company, because I had to kind of step out in faith to do that. And here's where I'm going with this is. When you go to another level, you're gonna always have you can never have you can't have a testimony until you go through and have a test. Okay, I know this for a fact. Okay, and I'm trying to share this with you because I want you to open your mind to thinking about things differently. Okay, sometimes you get stuck in a rut, like I did, networking the one way year after year after year after year, and I started seeing the same results, and they were decent results, but it was just because I improved on that same skill, which is fine. But to go to another level, to go from a six-figure income to $1 million income, to go from $1 million income to a $10 million a year income, you're going to have to change things up. Okay, you're going to have to think differently. You're going to have to. It's not going to. It's not going to probably be normal to what you're used to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm telling you. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be the end all to beat all, but I don't think it's going to be close. For some of the stuff that I'm about to train you on and teach you down the road here, because I know where I'm going with this thing. I've been studying it and working on it for almost 2 years now, and I'm teamed up with the right guys that are going to do this. This isn't a networking. I'm not trying to pitch you on a company or anything like that. But it's going to be some skills I'm going to be able to teach you that are going to take whatever you're doing to another level, faster than your competition, to say the least. And pretty much your competition is, anybody out there in another company or anybody marketing another product. Okay. So hopefully this will, maybe this encouraged you if you're going through some stuff. It's not the end of the road. Sometimes, you got to be moved out of one thing to get to the next level. I mean, I can always tell. I talk to guys a lot of times when I'm at church that they go, well, they'll come up to me and go, well, Mike, I just lost my job, and they think it's this tragic thing. Which if you're stuck there, I said, oh, you've been praying, haven't you? You've been believing God for some bigger things, haven't you? And then they'll go, huh? What do you mean? And I'm like, well, here's what happens. Okay, a lot of times you can't if you look at throughout the Bible, basically guys that were making it in one area that started to believe God got moved to different things. They were uncomfortable. I mean, read the story of Joseph in the Bible. That's pretty brutal stuff, but it got moved from one place to the next, and bang, overnight almost. It seemed like it after a while in the Bible, it does. But once you go through it and you get to the testimony part, it's all gravy from there, but then you're going to probably end up going to another level anyhow. So hopefully that encouraged you, and I'm telling you, you stick with some of the stuff I'm going to share with you. We're going to help you get going here and at least encourage you to do whatever you're doing right now. So thanks again. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you at the top. Bye.